he does, but he does not cater to the Caucasian.
But I love to do Caucasian's hair. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I just specialize.
All right. So what did everybody do today? Like I was at work all day. Like what did you guys do?
I work, and I hate it. I
You don't
can't
like
tell
to-
y'all what I do, but I do work.
You don't like to work?
I hate working is for poor people.
Oh my gosh. Call it. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Honesty is the
Working
best
is for
policy.
poor
Me
people.
personally, I'm not poor,
9 to
but
5. 9 to 5.
Well, none of us are poor because we work, but like I feel like only poor people.
you know, now that I thought about it, it's not really insult because if you didn't work, you would really be poor.
Yeah.
That is true.
So
That's true.
I'm no longer offended. You tell me.
Well, I didn't mean to offend anybody. I mean, everybody out there already know. Y'all know me. I don't mean no
9 to 5 to stay
harm.
alive.
Okay. So, Anthony, what's your social media? Give the people your social
Oh,
media.
y'all can follow me. Look, my Snapchat. I forget. It's you see me 33. My Instagram is 1Molly. That's the number 1 MOLLEY. No, I do not do drugs. I just really like the name Molly. And my Facebook is Ant Car, but I can't add you on Facebook because I've reached 5,000 followers. But look, still send that request because every time there's a birthday and someone ugly comes up, I delete them. So,
Oh my God.
there's hope.
Reggie, plug in your social media.
All right, so my social media is the same for Snapchat and is the same for Instagram, which is ReggieR88. So that's easy. It ain't all that.
Give him everything. You businessman.
You can follow my hair page at hairby_Trez. That's TREZ.
I didn't even know you had one
You
of
can
those.
follow my personal page. That's Zert991. That's ZERT991. I don't really own Snapchat. Rihanna said delete it, so I deleted it.
Rihanna said delete.
Who?
Oh, so okay.
She called you.
She told me to delete it, so I deleted
Oh,
it.
she's Jesus.
She's
Okay.
That's how you feel about Rihanna.
She's Jesus.
I mean,
Okay.
Beyonce.
So for all of you that are tuning in live, whether it's Facebook or social media, please tell us where you're tuning in from. That's very valuable information because I want to know where you motherfuckers is being nosy from. And if you want to call and ask us any personal questions, the number is 404-436-1277. Again, that's 404-436-1277. All right, so me and my homies just got back from the NOLA. We went down to the NOLA and we had a pretty good time. Now, I drove my scooter into a bar.
The first 2
The first
hours.
2
2
hours,
hours
they
we were
right.
there. I injured myself. There was glass. They called the ambulance.
It was very dramatic.
I scratched myself up. It was just. I thought I was just gonna die.
I
Like
thought it was a horse.
I just got to New Orleans because Reggie want to get scooters and he want to gallivants around the city. But other than that, I had a pretty good time. What did you guys enjoy the most about New Orleans? I'm gonna start with you, Trez.
I really like the swamp tour. That was good to see.
I like
You
the
enjoyed the
swamp.
swamp
Yeah, I
tour.
really like the swamp tour and all the information and how he said New Orleans is like literally getting flooded. That's what's
Would you
Yeah, it
guys
was
believe
very
that
educational.
for those that are viewing in that they feed the alligators marshmallows?
They feed them marshmallows.
They feed the alligators marshmallows.
He said it was like crack for the
It's the white
the
crack.
alligators.
Yeah, the white
We
crack.
literally like posted up where we were supposed to post up at, and all of these little motherfuckers came running towards the boat because they saw the little marshmallows.
The crazy thing was that everybody wanted to look out the side of the boat where the alligators were, and the thing that I couldn't help to do was to look the other way where nobody else was looking because the man said that they jumped like 15 feet in the air.
yeah.
Like you're not about to jump me from the back. Like I'm from the ghetto. Like
You
stop
must have
playing.
seen Lake Placid. That's
Yeah, I'm from the hood, and I know what
did
happens
ocean
when your
jumps.
back is turned, and you ain't
You
about to
was
get
up there,
me.
like paying attention. I was like, Anthony looks like he all into this. He's like, yeah.
Into not getting bit.
I was thinking like this is so sad.
You said what's that?
Atlanta.
Oh,
Hey,
what's good in the A?
How are you?
Y'all got nice weather.
All right,
Fuck
bye.
y'all.
No, you got real
Our
nice.
Down
weather
there
be
with
good
88
tomorrow.
degrees.
Our weather be good tomorrow.
Yeah, just tomorrow and then
And the rest of
Friday.
the weekend.
No, rest of the weekend,
It's gonna be like the 80s and the 70s.
And then it's going back to winter time.
All right.
I can't wait.
Girls go get pneumonia, trying to get in the pool and shit.
Y'all know what my favorite thing in New Orleans was? getting drunk and
Oh,
walking
you was just
around.
so drunk.
Getting like you could literally just be drunk in the streets and nobody would even like that was not like by far the like best thing ever because I don't drink at home. I don't drink here in Baltimore because I feel like
Well, you can't walk around here and get drunk.
yeah, you can't. You
I mean,
look like a
I mean,
wine
you can,
out,
but
like-
you might get arrested or you might get beat up or robbed.
Yeah,
So you just
one
can't
of
do
one
that.
of those things might happen. But that was the best thing, and not to mention how friendly everybody was.
Everybody
was friendly.
Everybody was super friendly.
Yeah.
Everyone was so friendly.
I enjoyed all the attention that we got when we was walking the streets. They could
Oh
tell, like,
yeah, like everybody, like where y'all from?
You guys are just so fly. I'm like, I'm
What do
wearing
you
a
do?
Yeah. Especially when we got off the plane, the lady was like, "Are y'all in the band?"
Her son was like staring at us for like 20 minutes while we was waiting on it.
I
And
did
she
notice.
finally
She's
walked
like,
over.
you
and
guys
she's
are
like,
so well
Are you
put
guys
together.
like in a band or something?
I love that.
It's like, no, we're not in a
I got
band.
on all black. I got on my work outfit.
So what do you think might have been the worst experience?
Your accident.
Well, for me, that might have been my experience.
What's up this time?
I would say I don't think it was no worse accident.
I was about to
I would
say,
say the thing that like bothered me was kind of the smell you had to get used to.
Oh yeah,
Now,
after the
walking
first
up
day,
and
we
down the
was good.
street.
No,
the streets was
Challis had
dirty
gone.
and stuff like
Challis
that.
called me. It was like, well, it smells like horses. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my god, like I'm gonna get down here and it's gonna smell like, yeah, it's gonna stink. But I didn't smell anything.
I got used to it after a while, but that first day, maybe because nobody was outside, it was like reeking and it smelled like.
And I think they
oil.
just picked up the trash and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
it was. Awful.
And the horses, they go, like, you know, they have those horse rides. So, I mean, I can understand, like, certain areas, like, when we walked up there with the beignet,
The
what's
beignets.
the beignet place was.
The beignets were delicious.
Beignets taste like semen. No, they don't.
No,
they
they
smell
don't.
like semen. They don't taste like it. They smell like
smell
semen.
like it.
Yeah, they smell like semen.
What I enjoyed about New Orleans was everything was just so damn cheap. Everything
Yeah,
was
everything
so
was cheap.
really
very
Everything
cheap.
was-
It's like, how
Yeah.
much is it? Oh, $3.
Right. Like,
I was like, yes, one for everybody.
Even the parking, he was like, I mean, if it's expensive, it's like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
right.
Oh, how the lady
Right.
said it was like $20 all day. I'm like, oh, that's cheap.
The lady
Yeah.
treated us like we didn't have any money or whatever when we went to park. Or when we came back up with the scooters, and then the next day we came with the electric car, and she was like, "Oh, y'all just riding around on anything, ain't you?" I'm just looking like, "Yeah, we're guests,
Right. Like, we got to get
vacation.
around.
Right.
I
we're
think those were the
vacationing.
only ones riding the scooters.
Yeah, we were, and everybody looked at us like, "Where are those?"
Hey,
I
Malachi.
did come see it. But
Hey,
that was-
Lorenzo.
Oh Lord, Mr. White is in
Low,
the
low. Yeah. Low,
Let me
low.
check and see what you talking about.
Y'all should
Oh,
go
you
to
know what?
Jacksonville,
Florida smells terrible there. I've never been to Jacksonville.
I know. I was about to say I don't think I've been to Jacksonville.
What's down there?
I've been to Boca.
What is Jacksonville?
Where is Jacksonville?
Am I okay now? I'm fine. I'm just fine. I was embarrassed, if anything, and my I think my pride was a little loose. I was like, oh god. I usually do okay on vehicles and bikes and shit like that.
You know what I hated the most though? Like, contrary to belief, like I don't know how messed up my Uber driver was prior to going out in New Orleans, but my Uber driver to the airport had said like, "Oh, you're gonna get so messed up. Like, they gonna have so many drinks. This is that and the third." But they barely put alcohol in their liquor.
Yeah,
Like, can you do a little bit extra? Like, I'll tip you. Like,
Yeah.
how much? I mean, like, just give me the vodka. I just need the color. And they're like, oh, like, well, this is like everything is in a measuring cup, which is
Yeah.
really weird to me.
didn't
Like, just
understand.
pour the liquor, girl. Like, everybody
Like,
right
can
here
you
trying
really
to get
run to
wasted.
that being like a bartender?
Drinks with the 151 in them.
What was the
Was it the
hurricane?
hand grenade?
You had
The
that.
hand
I did
grenade.
try the hand
They
grenade.
said
I
a
was
lot of
sick.
drinks, and even their smoothies, you have to look. It's only
No,
certain
their
drinks
smoothies
that
was
have
good.
The
Like,
smoothies
But
was
the
good.
ones with the 151, you gotta find
The
a place
151?
with 151 in their smoothies.
you know, I gave up 151
I tried
a
the
long
hand
time
grenade.
ago.
The hand
Next
grenade.
one, I
You
cussed
was messed
out the
My
up.
lady in that
homeboy
one.
Enrique used to
Never
have me
drink
drinking
like that.
151 like it was water. I said, oh,
Yeah, that hand grenade tastes like juice.
yours did. Mine's tasted like juice, but the fuck up was real. Like, like I was done.
Next morning I was done.
Yeah, like that next
Yeah,
morning.
Jack
Oh,
damn near cussed out the waitress
Damn near
at the
cussed out the waitress.
restaurant.
oh
She tried to say I was
yeah.
lying.
That might have been but that wasn't a bad moment. It was more so like I don't even want to look up from the table. like
I
oh.
was
I put my head down. I was like, uh oh.
Right. Like
I'm just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Well, he didn't.
right.
Mean
He
it.
didn't mean
He
it.
didn't mean it.
He's sick. Like
All right,
sorry.
I kept getting up from
I got
the
a
table.
question.
What's the question?
Y'all got any questions?
Y'all got questions
I missed
over
it,
here?
but I did see some- I
Lolo,
did
don't
see a
be
part of
jelly,
it.
Lolo.
So what do y'all feel about the Cardi B album?
I love it.
I like the Cardi B album. She surprised me on that. Don't get me wrong. I was literally like, yo,
And
She
Nicki-
didn't surprise
and
me
Nicki's
because
putting
her
some out in a
mixtape
couple
is
days.
nice. Her mixtape, Gangsta Bitch, Volume 1. Was that what
I
it
think
was?
it's different. I thought it was just like okay. I only like maybe
I want
two
to say
songs
it was
off
like,
there.
I like probably 2 or 3 songs. But she did good on it, though.
It's not a bunch of club bangers.
No.
It's not
I would
a
say
bunch
like
of
Drip and, what's the one song we like?
I like
Top
all
turn
of
10 or
them.
something,
Chicken
10
head
something.
I don't like
Every
Chicken.
picture
You
I
like the
post
chicken
now
head?
has a Cardi B lyric on it. Like every picture, because I listen to the album so much. Like
I do like the album. It wasn't. She did good.
she did do it.
I thought it was okay. I've heard a lot of it. They played it a lot on Saturday.
Yeah, they did. We went
played
out
it
on
a lot.
Saturday.
Yeah, I noticed that. We played it at work today too, so it was
Y'all played it at the job.
played it at the job.
Y'all
The clean version.
Y'all have been
They have a clean version.
Yeah.
For real?
I could even
Some
imagine that.
cussing in my job. The old ladies walk over like, "Can you play something more appropriate?" I'm like,
Right.
Like you're
And
getting
then
your hair
Thursday,
done
Nicki's
at the
putting some
wrong
out.
place, lady.
So what y'all think? How Nicki gonna do?
I wanna hear it. I'm not a fan. I'm not like one of those. Like the crazy thing is, I'm not a fan of anything. Like when I meet celebrities and stuff, like I'm not really like, oh my god. Like
Yeah,
I remember,
never got that from
I had met Naomi Campbell, and like everybody was like rushing to get a picture. She was like, "You want a picture?" I'm like, nah,
No, thank you.
no sis.
you don't want to stroke the lady's ego.
I don't want to
went
stroke
Pride and,
anybody's ego. Like
Seventh
no.
Street was performing. He was like, "Who's that?" I was like,
I did not,
Seventh
but I
Street.
did not know who 7th Streeter was. You make it seem like she was like 7th Street, and well, she's still not nobody. But I know, no offense to 7th Street, no offense to 7th Streeter, but I mean, like she's not like some like a household name. No,
She's
she
not a household
is.
name, but she ain't out there, but she.
She
out
did
there.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I
But
like
this was
her.
like 3 years ago.
But it was it was like in the beginning of her career. Let me say that, and and she had only had that like one song out, I think. And it was just like I don't know who that is. It wasn't like oh I don't know her. It was just more so like who is she? And then Challis was like, you know, the girl that sing the song. Challis don't never have the lyrics to back up the song that they sing.
I do notice.
When I see celebrities, I instantly think hair. Like I just want to do a hair. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care about your music or whatever. I just want to do your hair.
I just want to see who did your hair and how can I
Well,
fix
I want to put my fingers through it and see what's going on in there. That's all I want to do. I don't care about that.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
front needs to be right.
Any of y'all got questions on me?
Y'all ain't asking nothing. Y'all just up here
Ask
being
some
nosy.
questions.
Y'all don't have no questions
Hey
to ask
Lorenzo,
over
what's going
here?
on? Hey LaShawn, what's going on?
Over here when it's live, who got a question? Ain't nobody even looking at my live.
All right, well,
That's peace.
Trez and Ant, both y'all from Baltimore, so y'all can help me. So, since I've lived in Baltimore, I always had issues with the dating scene here. Dating scene is horrible. And maybe just for me, I don't know. So, like, I don't understand how, like, a lot of times you go out as far as, you know, you go through the little get to know stage, you text messages, this and that. You take the person out, movies, out to eat, this and that. You coming out your pocket more than likely. Like, is there ever a situation here in Baltimore where you met somebody and you know what, they just called you like, you know what, let me hit Ant up, let me take him out this time, being that he took, you know, paid out his pocket all those times. So I feel like I just been getting like the bad end of the stick. Every time I go out,
You
I'm
getting the
always in
mid.
my pocket.
You getting the mid.
And I'm
Like,
just
I ain't
like,
paying.
is it me? Like, what's going
I ain't
on?
paying.
Huh?
I'm about to say Anthony not.
Hey,
paying.
Connie. I'm not. I like my thing is like no, I have paid for dates, but I'm not like my thing is like I work extremely hard. So if I'm asking you to go out, like you gotta like be on it right then and there. And if you get like Baltimore people, we have a chip on our shoulder. I can't exclude myself because even though I know I have a chip on my shoulder, like I try to like brush the chip off, but we all have a chip on our shoulder, like the world owes us something. And
I do notice that.
like it doesn't. Like I know it
No,
doesn't
John,
owe
I'm
us
not.
anything, but at the same time, it's like we want everything to pop. You know, when it's popping, but when it's not popping, it's like, oh well, you know, a dream deferred.
It's so weird though, and it's like a lot of guys here, like they're very closed-minded. They don't want to do anything outside of Baltimore. So I'd be like, come on, let's go to DC, go to the movies. No,
that's a foreign
I'd rather stay-
country.
It's
DC's
so weird.
Yeah,
It's
DC's a foreign
annoying.
country.
It is a foreign country.
I don't get that in guys though. Like I usually get guys like I was talking to this guy before we went to New Orleans or whatever, and he was like, so for your birthday, I want to take you to see Cirque du Soleil out at the Grand, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm still gonna go, but like
it's nice though.
it
It's
is,
really nice,
but
though.
I've seen it, I've been like, how many
It's
times
just the
I'm
fact
supposed
that
to
he
see
wanna take
people
you.
flip in the sky? Like,
It might be something different.
it was nice, but you could have just ran me the $400. Like, I don't, you don't gotta.
Hold on, 400.
Man.
What you feel,
Because
Travis?
he wanted like backstage passes
Oh, he
and
wanted
all that. Yeah.
I would say the people in Baltimore, like he said, they feel like they living up to an image.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't have
And it's like
or
you're a
something like
bum.
that.
A lot of them stick with their
And
You're a
parents.
bum.
It's like,
Yeah.
or like you see somebody that you want to hang out with, and you do so much for them, and it's like you do nothing, not one thing.
They real horrible with communication as well.
Communication.
Like they don't know how to
Communication,
communicate.
yes. And I
They
feel
say that
like-
you're interested in them, and like I'm like, okay, anytime I hear the only time I hear from you is if I send a text message. If I don't text you, call you, like I won't hear nothing from you. But you so into me. It is annoying.
To me, the funny thing is that never works out with you and that person, or me and that person, whoever it is. And then you look up, they're with somebody just like them.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's kind of
That
like
is so weird.
it's like you don't want. So you're content like this. This
You
is
want somebody just like
you want somebody just like you. Neither one of you are doing anything. Nobody's bringing anything to the table. Nobody's taking you on a date or paying for anything. But you're like, okay, I just love this person so much. It's just weird to me. I don't understand that. I got a question, so we can get back to that. The guy says, Challis Aubrey, I'm not a gay man, but every time I go to karaoke and such, gay men flock to me. I'm not giving any clues, and I kindly tell them wrong team. Any recommendations? Matthew Wallace Morrison. That's flattering, to be honest. It's very, very flattering. Gay people picky as shit. So
Yes,
it's
right,
like
so-
if
They
they
really
looking
are.
at you,
Yeah.
if
You doing
I
something
mean,
right.
if I feel like if a gay man is looking at you like, okay, I want to date you, like you're attractive, you should be able to pull any woman you want, because gay men love beautiful women.
They do.
And if a gay man is looking at you, you should be dating or married to a very, very beautiful, well put together lady. It's very, very flattering. That means that
Call in,
you're
Trayvon.
well kept, and that you keep yourself up, and there's something about you where they flock to you. So I know you presume not to be homophobic, but I would just say, I'm straight, but it's okay to have gay friends if you know your boundaries and limits.
as long as you're comfortable with yourself.
As long as you're comfortable with yourself.
Yep.
But it's definitely a compliment.
Yeah, it's more of a compliment than anything.
Yeah.
And what karaoke are you going to, sir? Like,
Yeah,
why is there
what
so many
karaoke?
gay men there?
He
Like,
said, I'm so shy when it comes to ladies. Well, I am too. I can't give you advice on that part.
I can't give you no advice on
But
that. We don't do that straight shit.
yeah. So
Hey, Brandy.
We don't do that straight shit. here.
Brandy Renee is in the building.
Yes.
Hey, Brandy, what's
I
up?
miss
Now,
you,
don't keep me up here
boo.
looking and not answering.
Brandy.
Brandy.
Hey, Brandy. Hey, Brandy.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious. So back to the whole dating scene. So I've only
Hey,
dated
Sid.
probably one person that I was in a relationship with, as far as like since I've been in Maryland. I've been here almost 10 years. Everybody else has been like a date, a couple of months, whatever. It just never really works out that
A
way.
good 30-day.
Yeah, good 30 days.
60-day
Good
trial
30 days.
period.
It's kind of sad when you can look at certain situations and you will already see and feel an expiration date coming. Like
Right.
this just ain't gonna last long. I know it's not gonna last long.
And I've definitely noticed that. Like when I've dated somebody, I've only been in one relationship, and I definitely noticed like now I'll be talking to somebody like, yeah, I already know. Like, it's not
So
gonna
what
work.
do you think? So you guys broke up. So what was your issue that led to the breakup?
My issue was communication and what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency. Yes, it was. You
I
say
think that's
one
the main
thing and you do it for a week, and then the next week you fall off.
Yeah.
And then when you bring it up, it's an argument, or you try to express how you feel, and they throw stuff in your face and stuff like that. But mainly the relationship, like he did everything. He cooked, he cleaned, paid the bills on time, but it just was the connection wasn't there. It felt like I was just there for him,
Yeah.
and he talked to me when he wanted to, or I would find out things, or if we argue, he'll throw something out there and be like, "Well, I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me that?"
Well, how long were you guys in a relationship for?
3 years. I think 3
So did
years.
this go on for 3 years, or just after like the first year things just started to like decline?
I would say I want to say it was throughout the whole relationship, but I didn't see it until I took a step back and observed everything and see how everything was going, how everything was flowing, and how you think and how's your mindset. And that really like made the decision. After I got out of school, I was like, well, like I'm sitting in one place, I feel stuck. And if I stay here, I'm gonna regret it. So I just took the leap of faith.
Brandy got a question.
Huh?
You a hairstylist. You gonna analyze every little thing.
Analyze it all.
Brandy question.
But why do you think, even though we see things like that, we don't say anything? Like, why do people ride it out?
I can answer that question. For me, I feel like I'm a very good communicator because I'm a Cancer and I can be extremely sensitive and overly emotional at times. So I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I feel like the way I communicate, people don't take it very well. It's almost like I'm one of the people they probably call thirsty. Like, why are you hitting me up so much? Why are you texting me so much? Like, why do you demand so much of my attention? Mm-hmm. And I've gotten that so much that now when it's time for me to communicate, I just kind of like hold off because I'm nervous at what the outcome is going to be. Because I feel like with every person that I've done this with, the outcome has been the same. The outcome has been the same. And then you end up, like I said, they end up stop talking to you to talk to somebody who probably treats them the way that they probably treated me.
Let me call you back.
Who that called? So a lot of the times
Kenny.
The best thing is just to kind of like wait it out, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that one day you'll wake up and they'll probably change. But every situation that happens, nobody has time to keep expressing feelings over and over and over and over again. I feel like if you didn't hit me the first and the second time, you're never going to hear me.
Lorenzo White wants to be edited in on the.
He wants to what?
It be edited in on the live.
Adamant. It's like Kylie Marshall says, a lot of times we know our relationships are over, but we stay because of the financial security gains.
I will say that is true. Some people get so caught up in a relationship, and then when it's time to go, it's like, wow,
hey, Lolo.
I need this person because I don't want to lose my place, or
hey,
I need this person so I can finish paying off this. Mm-hmm. And then once they get on their feet, it's like, all right, you can go now.
That's going into gold digging, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be unhappy with a nice shoe. Like, that don't make sense.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't want to be unhappy in a nice car and unhappy with all of these nice things. Like, okay, you're benefiting me financially. Like, I look nice, but I feel a fucking mess. So,
I feel like I can get around to liking you if you got me financially. Like, I don't feel as though, like, cause I was raised the way I was raised was like, when you enter into a relationship, everything becomes a partnership, and it should be more so like, ran like a business, and then the love comes after. Like, if you have bad credit and my credit is A1 and we go to get married, now I have so credit because of you. No, that's not how any of that's gonna work. Like, what's gonna work is you're gonna have a bomb job and I'm gonna have probably no job, but my credit will be good.
Oh my God, no.
But my credit will be great,
longer?
and we can go from there. We can build from there, but. Like, I don't believe I just don't believe that, like, there's somebody out here who can make you completely happy 100% of the time, and you're going to always get what you want.
I saw
from
that. I saw a post that said, no one can make you happy. You're responsible for making yourself happy.
Right.
And then everything else is just an addition.
Yeah.
Me personally, I want to be in a relationship where I feel like I'm learning something. It shouldn't just be like there's a teacher and there's a student. Both should be students and learning stuff from, like, each other. And communication is a major part of that. And I don't understand why people even ask to be in a relationship if they don't know how to communicate. That's like the dumbest thing ever in life.
I swear to God,
yeah, a lot of people don't know how to communicate. That's what I get.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Problem.
Like, I think most people want the glitz and the glam. Like, I was talking to this guy a little while ago or whatever, and I was telling him, I said, I think my next relationship is gonna be a social media relationship, and he was like, what's that? I said, where it looks good on, like, camera, like, it looks good, like, we take the pictures, we go on vacation, we do all all that, but like, other than outside of that, like, it's nothing. Like, you go home, I go home, and it's like a social media relationship. Like, we probably have bomb sex, but like,
that's definitely
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you all think that maybe people just communicate differently than you do? You keep saying people don't know how to communicate. But I bet you if you would ask them, they would think that they were communicating fine. So you think that because people communicate differently, that's why, we had the differences. You know what I mean?
Right.
The
That
makes sure.
That's true.
That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm
question.
saying?
Yeah, no,
I see what you're saying.
I was about to say, I feel like, well, with my last ex, like we were together for 7 years, and I feel like our communication was good. I just feel like it ran its course. Like I feel like people don't know when to let a good thing go. Like people like when me and my ex broke up, everyone was just like, 7 years, he would have just had to die with me because we ain't going nowhere. And I'm like, it was 7 years. You know how fast that went by? Like I literally went to sleep and woke up single, and it was like in a blink of an eye. Like I went to sleep with a man, and I woke up single, like just like that. And the 7 years hadn't even crossed my mind until I actually sat down and was like, damn, it's been 7 years.
Right.
And it's one of those things that's like the communication. I feel like for gay men, our communication is off because nobody wants to say what they really want. Like when you look at like gay men's dating profiles, like they list all these things that they don't want, but that's what they say they don't want. But what they really actually want is everything that they say they don't want. They literally wind up with everything that they don't want. Like every time, and they'll be together forever. Like I learned.
But wait, let me interject 1 second. Just because, why do you think that that's exclusive to gay men, though? Don't you think that people in general do that? You don't think people in general do that?
I don't feel women do that.
I don't feel women
not
do
as
it, but I
often.
feel
Not as
straight
often as
people.
men.
I feel like most women
men
are very good
visual.
communicators.
Women are thinkers. Women think through like every detail of everything before they do it. And if it's not working, it ain't nothing.
Yeah,
gonna
you
make
know
it
what?
work
Women
no
know
more.
at 15 and 16 what color they want their wedding to be, how many kids they
Right.
want.
I didn't.
You didn't think that way?
Absolutely.
I
do. I think that's true though for a lot of women.
I do feel like,
I agree.
and like a guy and a girl together, the communication can be off because mainly guys don't like to express how they feel.
Yeah,
at all.
that's true.
Even in the gay community, they don't want to express how they feel. They feel weak. They feel less
I feel like
powered.
most.
So maybe that's why you're saying that you have there's a disconnect in communication then, because you're saying that you have two men, right, who have problems communicating. Well, don't want to express themselves or be.
I think,
you know what I mean. So,
in my
that's a
opinion,
disconnect.
it's okay. This guy might have been in a relationship with somebody else, and that's how he's used to communicating. And the person before that, that's how he's used to communicating. So here I go with my way of communicating, and he just wants to communicate the way he's been communicating. That's just what he's used to. So when I come with what I'm saying and how I feel, then I'm nagging. Okay, well, it wasn't like that with the last person. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to
That's a
myself,
relation. That's any relation. That's
It
what I'm
is.
trying to say.
Yeah.
That is. But I will say across the board, communication is an issue.
Yeah.
In relationships.
Most
So.
relationships.
And most guys haven't had a taste of their own medicine. Now you'd be surprised how I'm trying to communicate with you, and then everything's fine with your next guy until the roles are reversed, and you're just like, man, I didn't even know, I didn't even know they cheated and stuff, and they did this and the other, and you just kind of like, I was trying to give you a gist of that from my perspective, and here you go getting into another relationship, and then they did the same thing to you. That it's just weird.
What goes around comes around.
What goes around comes around.
I agree with that.
Tay, where's Tay? Where you go? I remember what the question was. Tay asked, should a top be primarily financially responsible for the relationship?
No.
Absolutely.
Not in this day
I
and
will
age.
say, if you're topping me, I'm not taking care of you. And what I mean by that is, if you're topping me, I'm not going
Trick out on.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to always take you out. I'm not going to always pay for everything. I feel as though it should be 50-50.
But why? Yeah, it should be 50-50.
It should be
Yeah, it
50-50.
should be
But
50-50.
I just feel like either way, if someone's topping you and you're paying for all this expense, you're getting fucked both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think about.
That's true. That's
And
a
it's
good
like,
analogy.
you're not fucking me and I'm still paying for you.
I think in any relationship, gay, straight, whatever, everybody should just. If you're in love with the person, there shouldn't be anything.
I was about to say that. I don't think it ever
It shouldn't
matters
call
when you love a person.
Somebody's calling.
Hey, next caller.
Y'all so silly. This is Brandy. I couldn't keep hitting up Reggie's live on the chat, but who is the young lady that's on y'all station with y'all right now? What's her name?
Introduce yourself, darling.
Oh my goodness. This is Nikki.
Nikki. Okay,
Yes.
I completely agreed with what Nikki was saying. because I've actually had an experience very similar to that when you were saying earlier about, what if I'm giving you everything that I have and then we just communicate differently, or if I feel like I'm communicating well and you do and we're still bumping heads. And I had to explain that to my partner in my last serious relationship, was that, I feel like I'm putting in 100% because you don't know what I've been through in my past relationships. And I feel like I've come such a long way with communication and give and take and just being flexible. And then on the other hand, you feel the same way about what you're putting into the relationship. And meanwhile, it's not enough for either one of us because we're still expecting more. So I totally get where you're coming from with that. And that's definitely something that killed our relationship because we weren't kind of seeing eye to eye to understand that I'm, this might not be 100% to you, but it is for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that. I was definitely agreeing with you when you said that, Nikki.
Thank you.
And Randy, you're team lesbian, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
You knew. All right, love y'all.
Thanks for love you too.
And I'll talk to you later.
What I also find that with each relationship,
Got
I
another
get in-
call.
Oh,
Go ahead,
yeah,
take
call,
it.
please.
With each relationship.
Hello.
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 Yes, I'm actually listening to you guys on the program right now, and I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Who is this?
Okay, so Challis, hey, I'm a friend of yours on Facebook. I follow you. You hear stuff and all that stuff. Great work.
Thank you.
Concerning the comment that was passed just now about communication, I personally think that communication is a learned behavior. It is something that we learn along the way as we grow, even within ourselves or relationships. However, what I do find within the gay community is that we lack the sense of staying committed in a relationship is commitment. We don't know how to commit because the next best thing is right around the corner. The next best thing is on Jax or Grindr or on several dating sites or even on social media in general. So we don't want to commit. So we classify that as lack of communication because as you go, you get to know somebody today. I don't expect the person to be completely honest and open with me because I just met them today, and that comes into trust, letting your guards down from previous relationships or whatever forth have you. I think communication is a learned behavior as we go along together. The problem that we are having in our own gay community is that the next best thing is just to click away a free ass, free sex, and that's just what I feel.
Okay. Are you in a serious relationship right now?
Yes, I am.
For how long have you been in a serious relationship?
2 years and 7 months.
2 years and 7 months. And may I ask how you guys met?
Absolutely. You can ask the question. We met on a social site. It's a gay social site. I would not name the specific one, but it was a gay social site.
Was it Christian Mingle? I'm
Well,
just kidding.
no.
That's a gay site.
I cannot.
That's dope. So, giving some advice, what do you think made your relationship last as long as it's lasting?
I think what I would stress on, I would piggyback off of what someone said earlier in terms of stating what you need opposed to what you want. When I met my partner, I'm from a Caribbean background. He's from Chicago, raised in Minnesota. So there was already this cultural diversity clash between both of us because we both did things differently. And one of the main things that I think why we survive and why we are surviving still is the fact that we're very open and upfront and honest with each other. Whereas sometimes I call them the tough conversations, but they still needed to be had. Because if we don't have those conversations, they're swept on the rug, and then we may, put a plaster over it. We're okay with it now, but then the resentment is building up on me. For example, come back to the sexual roles and sexual positions. A lot of people like to, on social media, they say they're looking for their top. And then, because we as a gay community look down so much on being bottoms or someone who's going to play the role of a woman, for those of who's out there listening who doesn't know the role, being a bottom is so taboo in the Caribbean or the African American community. A lot of the times, it's not that we are tops. We say we are tops to make it sound a little bit better for our partner. But when we actually get into these relationships, we are not actually tops. We're either number one, we're versatile. We want to be on both ends of the spectrum, or we are actually bottom. But because it is so taboo, we don't speak about those issues. And another issue, again, that I think why me and my partner survive is that, you know, there's a lot of things where my partner is more advanced in, he has more knowledge about, and I was able to go into that relationship with him knowing that, you know, if he speaks to me about something that he's more knowledgeable about, it's not to chastise me, it's to better me so we both can be better for each other. And that was vice versa. It's all about not knowing everything, because you're in a relationship, you could never know everything. It's all about giving and taking in every spectrum as you go along the way. And I realized another person said something there about finances. We all know in America, in North America, a lot of relationships break up because of financial issues. I think it's very important that we don't use finances as a way to keep in a relationship, because that is where we get abused. If you're going to say if somebody is topping you, they are responsible for taking care of you, now that is opening up yourself to abuse. And a lot of people don't realize that people with money give them a sort of power, give them a sort of, you know, sense of belonging. They're superior to you. And a lot of people don't know how to control having money and having power. So when you have those two, you make the person feel inferior, insecure about themselves in a lot of different ways. And abuse is not always physical. It's the impact it may have on the person. Whether you said something and deep inside of their heart, you know you hurt them, but you haven't said, oh, what you said just now hurt me. It's the impact it has on the individual that comes to abuse. So I think in relationships in general, and for me, what I strive within my relationship is to be very open, be very cognizant of what he feels, how he feels. Even though sometimes I don't agree with what he's saying, I have to listen and understand that that is the way he feels. Whatever I'm doing or have done or is doing is having an impact on him that I'm not aware of, and I'm open to hear his concerns and address them in a way in which that he doesn't feel the way I've made him feel before. So that has worked for me. And since I said so much, I'm going to stop here, but I said I will say that we met on Jack, and so far we've had an amazing 2 years and 7 months, and I'm looking forward for 10 more years and more.
So you can find love on Jack. All right,
Thanks
thank you
so much
so much
for
for
the
calling
information.
in. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, so Tay has a question. He said, how do you react to a best friend having relations with your ex or past flame?
Oh, I don't. I wish I thought it. Like,
Why do you want that sloppy seconds at this point?
please, I don't know. Like, okay, so y'all know I don't care. Y'all know I don't care. So my recent ex had slid into a friend's DM, and like it did not hurt my feelings at all, not in the least. But it was just like I feel like you making me look like I make bad decisions in men. Like, and I never make bad decisions with men. I make a lot of bad decisions, but when it comes to men and men that I'm with, I always, try to make the best decision and the right partner. Somebody who's, well-rounded, smart, funny, caring, and I call it residual dick, but somebody who's always gonna you can go to when you need something, or is gonna always be there. And by doing that, it just made me I felt like it made me look like, oh, you just if he willing to slide in your friend's DM, then what was the 7 years for? Almost, you know what I'm saying? Almost. Yeah. So I don't play that. And then I had somebody else tell me, oh, well, why do you care? You don't want him. Excuse me? Are you retarded? Why? First of all, what type of bum bitch are you that you would want to be with anybody that your friend was? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why do you feel as though that's all right? And then gonna tell me, well, I don't see the problem in it. That's why we're not friends. Yeah, that's why we're not friends. My ex nor my friend said that to me, but but another friend had told me, was well, why do you care if it didn't work out for you? Why does it? Why couldn't it work out for them? Because it's not gonna work out. Because every time I see you on site, I'm going to beat you. On site.
I feel like we're all friends for a reason.
Every last little bit of park heist that's left inside of this hood rat body is going to come out.
We got somebody wants
No, I agree. I used to feel like how he feels, right? But at the end of the day, so I had a friend of mine date an ex of mine, and they ended up getting married, got kids, and all that. Me and her didn't have a connection. Him and her have the connection. So why should I know I want to be with her. Why should I? That it did affect my friendship with him, but at the end of the day, they happy, they together. Why should I, block what they doing because I'm like, I don't want you to play with my toy. I don't want to play with this toy, but I don't want you to play with it either.
No, you're looking at it the wrong way.
It's
brother.
better if it's a complete stranger.
No, I get what you say, but it's so more as like, it's your friend, it's your best friend. Why you?
Yeah,
messing
like
with something
For
that
me,
I've
it's
already
the
had?
seriousness of the nature of the relationship. If I tell my best friend I was in love with this person, that means stay away.
Right.
That means stay away. If I lay down with
touch
the
the
person once or twice, and then I'm coming to say Reggie, and I'm complaining about, well, he doesn't communicate, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. If we share almost the same type of values, if he's not gonna do that to me, he could be the same way to you.
To you,
Right.
So
I know how he acts.
That's.
so.
I feel like if you, and a lot of the times it's malicious. It's like, oh well, it didn't work out with me, so I'm gonna go after the best friend
I
now.
was going to say that. Do you think he did that to upset you?
The Anthony situation, absolutely. The Anthony situation, absolutely.
Yeah, probably. He just texted me like a little while ago.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
like,
It's like a get back type of situation.
But I didn't break up with him. He broke up with me. Like, that's the thing, like, that I don't understand. Like, what type of drugs are you on, kind sir, that you think, like, these things, you can do these things to me, and I'm just gonna sit back and, I treat people how I want to be treated. Like, I've always treated people how I want to be treated. Like, I never once, like, treat anybody or do anything to anybody that I could not take or handle to myself.
There's enough fishing to see out here. Like,
and it's just like,
I'm not gonna be in a whole relationship with somebody else, and my friend come to me and say, "Well, I'm dating somebody I used to date." Like, why would I get upset? I'm in a relationship. My relationship is going well. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, well, don't talk to them." That's selfish.
yeah, I'm
But
about to
you
say,
should be
now,
aware,
Henny did
but at the
that,
same
and I was
time, you should
seeing
already be
somebody I
aware of the
probably wouldn't have
situation,
cared.
Don't be sneaky about it, though. That's my problem. Don't be sneaky about it.
Yeah, because it's gonna come out.
Don't be sneaky about
Go
it.
ahead, have fun. I don't care. But I'm not.
I
You
feel like
not
if you're my friend and you come to me and you say what it is, at least I can give you a warning. But
Right.
the funny thing is, I have an ex that I was with for 5 years, and we broke up. And his new boyfriend contacted me and said, "Oh, hey, I like your ex, and I just want to know if I'm getting myself into something I shouldn't get into." First of all, I don't know you. It is. First of all, I don't know you, but the Christian in me said. The Christian said,
Let me let you know
how
something.
he was with me, he may not be that way with you. So I'm not going to put any bad words on him because maybe he'll be different with you. And then I look up, they've been together 8 years. So I don't want to be like, oh no, don't talk to him because he do crack and then he likes to fight and he goes out too much and he's
clean
a bum.
with
I'm
me.
not going to do all of that because everybody's different. But like I said, as friends, if we're friends, we should communicate with each other enough to know the serious nature of any relationship that we're in.
Right.
So I can come to you and say, well, I had a date last night. Do you know him? This is the person. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Or we just went out. He didn't talk to me much. Or we had sex, but I ain't talked to him since or whatever. If you come to me and you say, do you know him? And I tell you the story and I say, well, I mean, it didn't really work with me, but if you want to go out with him, then that's fine. But don't be sneaky about it.
Yeah,
because that means I showed you a picture already. So that means you know what he looks like. So don't go behind me and go out with the person. And then I'm going to look up like, so you don't remember? So you got Alzheimer's now. You don't remember that picture? Because I sent my friends pictures. You know him?
Right.
You know this person?
I do that too.
I do
You know
what
what
you
I'm
do.
saying?
I do what
It
you
has
do.
to
Before
be.
we go into this, and I'll say, well, hey, I mean, we not really much happened, but if I say I'm in love with this guy, even if he ain't in love with me, I might just be obsessed over the motherfucker. I might just see him when I'm out. He might not even know me. That means keep your hands
Don't
away.
touch it. That's mine.
Don't. That's it.
That's mine.
Wait, let me get this straight. If you obsessed with someone and you haven't actually been involved with them, then it's still off limits.
It's still
I don't-
off limits.
I don't mean
It's
like
a respect thing.
That's like when they say how they do with celebrities, like, oh, that's my boyfriend. Don't talk to my boyfriend. That's mine. That's mainly what it kind of is.
What if it's that situation where it doesn't work out with you, and then it would with your friend? And
obsessed with them meaning, okay, I see them out all the time. I've developed a crush. It's like, oh my God, there he go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like my friend probably wouldn't even acknowledge the situation until I actually said something. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like if you gonna talk to him, you know I like them. It's kind of like where does our friendship really lie at the end of the day?
But what if you guys are out though, right? And your crush is crushing
on my
your
friend.
And
I can't help.
But it's like a friend code. You won't even.
To my friend.
Yeah, you're like no, I know my best friend likes you, so
Well,
no.
your friend on blast because he crushing on you over here, and I can't do that.
Well, I mean,
See when it comes to me, like I'm not that like intricate. Like I don't get down to the nitty gritty with who and like all I ask is that like if you know we dated or we were together at one point, like can you please just like pump your brakes and walk out? I'm trying to save your life, so you should probably like I'm literally trying to save your life because like I'm in therapy, but like they not done with me, so I'm gonna need you.
I don't know too many situations where it actually worked out. I can't really name a situation where it actually worked out, or we dated and it didn't work out. Then it went to my friend. Or like I said, if we share the same values, and I know my friend's a good communicator, and he does this and he does that, I'm just like, look, I'm not going to allow this. I'm going to say, if you want to do this, then do it. And I'm just warning you ahead of time. This person is this, that, and the other. From that point on, don't come to me saying, well, he ain't calling me back.
Right.
Or when he did this and he did this, like, well, look, sis, I warned you.
I warned you beforehand.
That he was like that. And if you're more emotional than me and more sensitive than me, just don't do it.
And you know what's so crazy? Challis is like my only friend that I have the same taste in guys with. But like I've never we don't like we never run into because it's weird. Like we both find the same guy attractive, but like I only talk to a certain guy with a certain bank account.
And I'm usually the guy with the bank account.
And Challis is the guy with the bank account.
So he wants the same. We got the same taste, but he want the sugar daddy, and I end up with the sugar baby.
Yeah.
That's basically how it is.
He's so cute, but he's so young. What type of work does he do?
And she's like, who cares? I'm like, I make enough money.
Yeah, Challis is always like, I'm good. I don't need my bills paid. I'm like, shit, I need all my bills paid. Every last one.
That's weird, right?
And the crazy thing is, we were just having a conversation on the ride here about how I feel like I talk too much. How I feel like me and a friend, another one of our mutual friends, I was telling him, I said, I feel like I'm being paid back for all my exes with you because, when we do certain things, like, I'll pay. And I'm just like, how did I get here to paying for you? We ain't even together.
Look like.
I told him the other day, I said, at this point, we just need to date because you're costly, girl. Like, you're a pricey girl.
I'm very over analytical already. So if I go out on a date with you, say I ask you out on a date and you say you like me, you want to keep it moving, guys see how you dress, they see what you drive.
Oh, yeah.
They see what kind of shoe you got on, how you smell, and they notice that you paid for this date. Right. And I like Cheesecake Factory and Longhorn, and to me, those are fancy places.
Listen, I like McDonald's.
Take me to Fridays, I'm good.
And we get there, and it's kind of like
Fridays.
You take me to Fridays,
I'm cheap. I don't care.
For real?
I love Fridays. I love Fridays.
Now they take them on Dome, you know it.
My ex on our first date, spent like $600 on our first date, like on dinner and stuff.
What y'all did?
We didn't do nothing. We went to movies, but then we went to Copeland's, and
$600.
I'm real indecisive, and I like bottles of wine. And I had like a couple glasses of wine at first, and he was like, "Well, if you want a bottle, just get a bottle."
Prime example of what I was saying. They're looking at your pocket, how much money.
He said you like expensive wine.
No, I don't like expensive wine, but when he said just get a bottle, I said, well, here's my chance because I'm not gonna buy myself an expensive bottle of wine. So give me the best wine you got, garçon.
How much was the bottle of wine?
I think it was like $225.
But listen, there are guys out there, sugar daddies out there, who like that type of relationship. That brings them companionship for them to spend that much money on a date and wine and stuff like that.
No.
And the more he asked for, the more the other guys turned on. Like, yes, spend my money. Just
I don't know if he was turned on, but I mean, but after he spent so much, I did blow him. You know, to say thank you.
You gotta get something.
To say thank you, you gotta say thank you. Like, you spent $600.
That's why I was going with
baby.
that.
So that's a good, that's a good opinion.
That's
So
why I was going with that. Like, yeah, they looking at that tip, that tab adding up. And they think
what
about
is
what's gonna happen.
No,
our
he
first
wasn't.
date?
He was surprised. He was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you did that." He was like, "Cause you know I be classy sometimes. I can pull it out."
For a first date, what is good amount? Not good amount, but what is a decent amount of money to spend on a first date?
I don't want to say this on everybody's lives, but the thing is, like, you could really take me to McDonald's and I would be happy.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, I be.
It's out there now. You just said it.
Yeah, I know.
So you about to get DMs.
Okay, like you trying to go to McDonald's, like.
That 1, 2, 3
Well, you
thing.
said you like
Like,
McDonald's.
I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, you gotta take me here, you gotta take me there. Guys just tend to see the way I carry myself and then assume that I like pricey dinners.
$200.
Like
Where y'all going? Rock climbing. Y'all going rock climbing, go kart racing, indoor skydiving. Y'all doing a lot. I think
Also another thing.
I think $100 is a good price.
Yeah, $100 is good.
Yeah.
Shit,
About
I think $20 is a good price. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Unless you going to Cine Bistro, to be over $100.
You didn't say a first dinner, so a first date could
Cine
include a lot of
Bistro
stuff.
should be $100 altogether because that's movies and dinner. So that's like going to the movies and going to Friday.
Mine was like $180.
Oh shit! What
Y'all know I had a first date when I was like
Everything
19.
else. Right.
This guy took me to the zoo. I was so mad and miserable. I was like, you spent $40 to take me to the zoo? Like, you know, L. Camels look like they have AIDS, so I don't get it. Like, why am I here?
Ken said they could smoke and chill for $45.
That's a cheap date.
The DC there? The DC there is kind of cute, and then you could spend a lot of money.
You took you to the Baltimore Zoo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Baltimore.
It's $45 to get that motherfucker.
Get something.
It's the thought that counts, though.
Brooklyn
It
said
was.
makes
It was.
nice
It's the thought that
to me.
counts.
I really don't care what
I
we
didn't
do. just
appreciate
want
the
to
thought.
see
I did.
that it was a thought out.
Yeah, I like that Brooklyn. That's true.
What she said?
If you make the night special for me, I really don't care what we do. I just want to see that the date was thought out.
I
Yeah,
agree.
That's
I agree
nice.
with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's normally what I do.
That's true.
It don't go.
I be running out of shit to do. But listen,
You know what's so whack though? I tend to vibe really well with guys that don't have anything. Like why we gotta vibe so well?
that's why.
Like you like all the shit I like, but you can't even afford it.
Money is egotistical. Money is very egotistical.
Like you can't even afford the
When you
shit
got
I do,
money,
but you
you
want
act
to fly.
different.
You want to fly out everywhere. Like yeah, I just seen you came back from New Orleans and your birthday coming up. What you doing? I'm going to Miami. Oh, I love Miami too. Like oh, you trying to go? You paying my way? I know you lying.
No, go ahead.
But I noticed that people don't ask questions anymore. They're like, "You taking me out, or you coming to pick me
Oh
up?"
my God.
I hate that.
I don't get that because they already know that like
It's
if
a
you
no.
slide into my DMs and you ask me anything like that, then like you probably gonna get blocked.
I don't know what it is, but me standing up on my feet from 8 to 12 hours a day, dealing with these clients and get this money, just won't allow me to just be that bored to just take somebody on a date
Right,
and spend my
right.
money. I just be like, no, I'm good. But are you serious? I'm not giving you my install money, and I might not even see you next week.
And then you
Right.
stop talking to me for a whole week.
Yeah, we're not.
No, thank you.
That's not gonna happen.
So y'all know Pride and stuff is coming up. So how do y'all feel about, like you're in a relationship? How do you feel taking your significant other to that event like that? Like would you or?
So last year I took somebody to Pride, and that was probably I was so embarrassed, and it wasn't because everybody else was looking. I just was my friends. I was just so embarrassed because me and Reggie could go someplace, all of us can go someplace and have a really, really good time. But you have that one significant other, that one guy that you're dating, that would just bring down the energy of everything.
Right.
Yep.
And we got there, and he had a fit. Mind you, he didn't pay for anything. Everything was paid for. I made sure, okay, you coming with me. If I invite you somewhere, that means I got you.
Yeah.
He was just really, really ungrateful and acting like he was just above everything. And, I don't like what I have on. I don't like... I mean, excuse me, are you performing tonight? Like, do you want... Why does everybody have to look at you specifically if you're dating a person?
Why you want my?
And then the funny thing is, he picked out these clothes and I bought them. I bought the clothes. I sugared.
And then he said he
Baby.
didn't like what he had on.
He put on this silver shirt. He picked this shirt out. Now it was on sale. Okay. Everything was on sale, to be honest, because I don't buy no new outfits. But and we got to the convention center. He's just like, I was like, what's wrong with you? He had this attitude. I just don't like what I'm wearing. So I said, well, do you want to go back to the room to change? No, stop babying me. Stop giving me my way. So it's kind of like, I'm trying to cater to you either way, and I'm still not.
You know, some people are like
some people just like to argue.
They like that dynamic.
But he caused, it was more than that. It was a whole scene he caused. He was getting ready to fight a person. Ooh. It was a lot going on. And throughout like the weekend, he was taking all these pictures with people I introduced him to and people he wanted to be introduced to, like Tokyo and who else was in there? A couple of people that do celebrity hair or whatever. Mm-hmm. He posted his pictures on that Tuesday. I was in none of them. None of the pictures. He just, bomb weekend, this, that, and the other. Okay, so I was lesson learned. So I was just like, I mean, I'm open to it if the relationship is right. I'm the type of person that's like, and I know I might, crunch up a chip bag here, but I'm one of those people, if I'm in a relationship with a person, I want them to go where I'm going. And I will probably feel some type of way if they went to Pride with their friends and I wasn't invited. I'm just that type of person. Because niggas have skipped out on you and went to these events. Oh, we had a good time. And this and other, everything was good. This and other. And then you get the tease back later. About what? And they then went to an orgy party. Yeah. And they was online under somebody else's profile. And they had niggas in their room. And then, look, this is the other fucked up part. Their friends protect them the entire time. Yep. They never say, well, he did this or he did that.
Well, would you want us to do that with you?
I'm the type of person, if I'm out somewhere, we at a club, and they know I'm in a relationship and somebody hits on me, I want my friend to come in and say, don't do that. Don't do that. Those are the type of friends I want.
I'm not the type that's just gonna look at you like, bitch, you tried that, but you did that, bitch.
But I'm not. I would say so.
Like, no, don't do that, because I want my lover to have trust in my friend.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, I don't take my boyfriend anywhere. Like, my boyfriends, like, me and my exes, like, we are all good.
I've been friends with you for like 6 years, and I met your ex once.
Yeah, like, I don't take why we gotta be so mixy, girl? Like,
well, it don't have to be like that.
Like, why we gotta be so mixy, honey? Like, you can stay home. Like, and I date a lot of guys who don't like to be, like, in a gay setting. And I'm pretty popular. Like, we all are pretty popular. So it can become.
Do you do that on purpose though? So they
I do invite to certain events, like events that I know I can, like, I'm a control freak secretly. Like, I like to be only in settings that I can control, because I don't care, but I like to be, I feel like if I took my current or my past boyfriend to Pride, like, I feel like he would have to be already into that. Like, and most of the guys that I date aren't into that. Like, my ex Donnie, like, he's not into that. My ex Vernon, like, he's not really into that.
It helps if they got their own little friends. They
they all.
And y'all can link up eventually, and see each other and stuff like that, and keep it moving.
But there's some relationships where they be like, where you going? Just stay with me.
Or like, why you going over there? Why you drinking so much? See, now you ruining my good time.
Yeah, now you like, I'm just gonna stay home.
Well, why can't y'all just party together? Okay, so I'm a fan of partying together.
Of course.
I like to party with my with
your significant
but we ain't going to Pride
together. But why? Okay.
I don't mind partying with my friends, but see, like, me and my friends, like, throughout the, like, my last relationship, like, we weren't, like, none of my friends had significant others at the same time, and when they did have significant others, it was like we were going places that my ex did not want to go. Now, my ex Donnie, before, like, we partied together a couple times because his friends was good with my friends, and it was easier that way. But like, we still, he didn't really like doing a whole lot of gay events, or he didn't like doing a lot of events in general. Like, so it'd be like, okay, every once in a blue moon we would go out, but like, I don't really like because I'm popular, and then it's just like, who's that? Like, and then I gotta put up with all these questions.
That's the problem.
Right.
Well, how do you know them?
Like, but why y'all look close? Why y'all so close?
If we go out one time and all of that happens, I've learned my lesson. It's kind of like, let's just not go out together. I mean, partying together commands a certain type of respect, like a high level of respect. And when you're going out together, if you know you're going out together, if you really trust your partner, this is the person you want to be with, and you know they respect you and you respect them, trust is the key, and then communication is the key. If we go out and you say you trust me and you start asking me all these questions, you don't really trust me.
You don't trust me.
Yeah.
You don't really
Right,
trust
right.
me. It's quick for you to say insecure, but they equal out. You're insecure because you don't lack any trust, or you don't really trust me because you're insecure.
And, I was just thinking, and I'm a little crazy because I do remember partying at Love one time with my ex and his friends, and this was for Lee's birthday. We had went to Love after dinner. That's my brother, and we had went to Love after dinner, and my ex was there with his friends, and I was there with my brother and our friends, and this guy had like walked up on him or whatever and shit. So I snatched the boy up off of him. I can get a little violent. That's another reason why I don't need my man there, like. Because I will snatch you up. Like, I will.
I'm real jealous, actually. But Reggie, you asked the question, but you didn't answer it. So how do you feel about that?
I forgot what the question was. Yeah, so much.
How do you
Are you
feel about
taking-
partying and going to Pride and stuff with your...
Oh, I mean, I don't think I could take my significant other out to Pride. I couldn't.
I couldn't.
Mm-mm. Because for one, I'm jealous. So if people is basically all in their face and stuff like that, I'm gonna get annoyed and get irritated and be asking a lot of questions. So it would probably mess up the whole weekend, basically.
Your own personal logic can just irritate the whole situation and irritate like the whole weekend. Like I'm the type of person, oh yeah, I want an outgoing person, a person that speaks to everybody, a person that's cool with everybody. And then when we get this, like, why are you so fucking friendly?
Okay.
Right.
Or it could be
Why are you
vice-
so outgoing?
It'll be like vice versa. And then we get there, it's kind of like you quiet as fuck. I'm like, why are you so boring? Like, why you not having a good time? It's never right. It's never right. So
And it's to a point where they overdo it or they don't do it at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's never in between.
that's just like a lot.
That's the gay world.
But I don't know. I
Did
was-
you say that's
Everywhere.
Every world.
She's gonna be. She is speaking up for the
did
straight
straight
community.
every world?
She's everywhere.
Who that? Where you know him from?
Yes.
But unless they got their own, if they have their own set of friends and I've met their friends and feel comfortable, with letting them be around their friends, that's fine. But if I don't know their friends and they going out with their friends, like, babe, I see you, that's not gonna work.
Well, I mean, my ex had carried on with me. We all, and he went to Dominican Republic,
Dior.
and I found out some stuff. And then before he left, he did some stuff. And then his friends were just kind of like standing there looking crazy. Like, nobody wants to be in that type of relationship where all of these secrets are being held, and then your friends know stuff, but then they're your best man at your wedding. Like, and then it's like you find out this stuff. It's like I didn't gain friendships with y'all, and y'all. My ex took me to engagement party with two guys he had a threesome with before.
Oh, you never told me
And
that.
he explained this to me when we first got into the relationship, but I didn't know they were that type of cool. But then I was trying to just roll with the punches, just kind of go with the flow. And then when we got
he
there,
explained what? That he had a threesome?
yeah, he had explained to me that he had a threesome with these guys before, and that, and then when we were all cool, they would speak to me and this and the other. But for some reason, at this particular engagement dinner, I just felt awkward. Cause y'all just love each other just so fucking much,
Oh, God.
and we
Why
all
y'all
just
so
sitting here sharing
close?
the love, but then y'all had shared my dude. It's just kind of like I said, I just want to go home. It's just weird. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be
At
here.
what point in time did you find? Did y'all ever talk about that later?
We did. To me, it was a protection type of thing. I try to be as open minded as possible because no one's that tight with their head up their ass where shit just doesn't happen, and you just kind of like, oh, I'm just, I'm not gonna nag about every little thing. I'm not gonna do that. But for some
That's true,
reason,
Keith.
I just kind of
That's
felt
real
like,
true. Favor me.
these are your friends now. Apparently, because we're at their engagement dinner. You don't
Right.
invite just anybody to your engagement dinner, right?
Right.
So at this point in time, these are your friends, which means they want to be friends with me. And now I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be friends with them because you all are just too damn friendly.
Okay.
Well, I don't care for my significant other being friends with someone that they've been intimate with. I don't.
Yeah.
That's
And
not-
I'm friends with all my exes.
See, I have
Like,
trust
I'm
issues. That
literally-
would bother me.
When I mean friends, like y'all hang out, y'all
Yeah.
engagement parties. I don't.
I'm just here.
Like,
I
I
got
don't,
dressed up.
like, I
was in
can't-
the pictures.
Like, I've had a lot of threesomes. I've had a lot of threesomes in my life and time.
Oh, see, I've never
and
did that.
I feel like I can't be friends
I'm selfish,
with
girl.
like
Touch my man
like if it was like if it was a threesome with me and my boyfriend and like no, you can't be no. Go back to your corner. Like, stop playing. like we did what we did, and you need to get on now, sis, because you're cruising for a bruising.
Opening up Pandora's
So y'all
box.
already be friends later, like after.
No, I don't understand the whole like let's be friends after we did something like sexual thing and like nothing came of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I had friends that I've been sexual with, but not in the context of like me and my lover did A and B with C, and now C is now one of our close friends.
Yeah, because
in what world?
Because if you A, C, and B might do something without
Oh,
A.
me,
See,
and that ain't gonna happen,
Yeah,
and that's not gonna happen.
Threesomes are dangerous.
It just opens up the box and be like,
It
all right,
does.
well, if I can have sex with this person, well, I don't think they'd be alright.
Sex is an emotional connection.
When does it stop?
When
you
it
know
don't,
what I
it
mean?
don't stop.
Nah. And can we do that again? And
Yeah, like let's try
And
something.
again.
No.
And again.
If it's to the point where you gotta bring someone else into the relationship.
Yeah, I don't understand that. There's a lot of people that are in long-term relationships and they had an open relationship at some point. To me personally, I feel like if it has to get to that point, like it's no need for us to be together.
Y'all on a dating site together and shit.
I can't. I don't
like
understand
a
that.
portrait y'all in?
And but the weird thing of it is that these are relationships I look up to. Like, you know, I would love to have that. But then when you actually start asking them questions, they're like, well, we had an open relationship for, you know, the first couple of years in our relationship. And I'm like,
that's the case, y'all
Like, you know,
really?
I met a lot of couples
y'all just talking.
like that make me feel like being in an open relationship is kind of okay because, like, don't get me wrong, it's not for me. Like my anger's, like my nerves, like God and therapy is not done working on me. But I do feel like I have seen relationships that are like, I guess they have rules to how open they can be, and it has made me like be like, oh well, I guess that's not, you know, so bad. I can't judge your relationship. I'm not in it. I can't judge it. Right. But from the outside looking in, it looks like it works. Like, stop calling me. Like
I'm listening to you.
Like, I have a group of friends, and this one couple, their relationship is open a little bit, and they tend to like
a little bit.
Like, I mean, it's open. Like the door's open.
It's not
Come on in.
It's either open or closed.
Right. Just a little bit. But like, no, it's open. But like, the thing is, like, when like I'm in this group of friends, like with these, when I go to events that these people throw, that this couple throws, like everybody there is just like they know what it is, and it's just like, oh, okay. And then he like all in my ear, like, let's go sit. No, sis, girl, I don't want you. And then it's like, cause I feel like we're friends, and if I overstep that friend, like I'm real big on
Weekend in Deep Creek.
like overstepping my boundaries.
Weekend in Deep Creek with the gays.
Weekend in Deep Creek. You can't even.
I just
you
got
can't
invited
even
to
sign
Deep
up to
Creek
go
with
to
the
Deep Creek.
People
Like,
come
automatically
back
assume
relationship
stuff when you
less.
got back. Stuff is on tape. Stuff is on camera. Whatever. But anyways, we wrapping up. So everybody plug in your social media again.
I'm one Molly. That's one, the number one, Molley on Instagram, and you can try to follow me on Facebook at Ant Car. That's ANTCA 2 R's. Oh yeah, y'all can follow me, but I can't follow y'all unless some ugly people's birthdays come up.
Mine's is _individualist on Instagram, and it's Challis Aubrey on Facebook. You can follow me, but I've reached my limit, so unless I delete a few people. But anyways.
Instagram and Snapchat, Reggie R88. So the same for both.
You can follow me on Instagram. My hair page is hairby_Trez, and my personal page is Zert991, which is my name backwards. ZERT.
Oh, I never knew
Me
that.
neither. That's so clever. And I was thinking that today, like, where the fuck did Zert come from?
Put a blonde track.
Well, I think I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think Challis should invite you guys back.
That was nice. I love it.
They will definitely be back. And thank you, odd motherfuckers, for tuning in.
Thanks, y'all.
Another couple of weeks.
Till next time. Bye.
You don't.